Back at it with another drum tech video. This one relates to my previous video on the cheap custom snare drum mods. In the end of that video, I had showed you another snare drum that I had modified, and in this video, I will be showing you the outcome of that build. This was a smaller venue, so I just picked a corner out of the way and did my thing. Setting up what I could ahead of time, I got the snare as well as all the toms on the stands and ready to roll. After unpacking everything, I set the bags aside to take back out to the car later. Then giving the heads and shells time to acclimate to the temperature change, it was time for a quick tap and tune, making sure everything sounded good. After checking with the sound guy about how the night was going to unfold, I had time to check out the other drummer's setup. He was rocking the SJC Pathfinder kit along with all the DW and Zildjian goodies. But what stood out the most and caught my eye was the hand-hammered main snare that he was using to play on. We should all know by now that I love me some snare drum. As the first band started to play, the place started to fill up. And with me being filled up on some free beers, it was time to drain the reserves before getting into gear to set up the rest of the kit. I swapped out wing nuts for quick releases and felts for some sim pads. Totally forgot the bass drum was still in the car along with the pedal, out to grab those and back in to set them up. As the last band finished their set, I made sure we had fresh sticks in the holder, as well as throwing on the remaining cymbals. From there, it was just waiting on the other band to clear the stage before setting up. I usually start with the bass drum, that to me being the foundation of the setup, but everything else from there was a kind of grab as you go or ease of access type setup. And not that it was a huge ordeal, but I decided to leave the drum rug, which led to me having to fine-tune some things as I went along. Not knowing the layout of this venue ahead of time, I decided to downsize the kit some. But in the future, downsizing all we want will never make up for the fact that we didn't have this rug, and that will never happen again. Reflecting back on the night, I can go ahead and admit to it, there were a lot of rookie mistakes made, but also at the same time, lessons learned. Not everything goes according to plan, and there are going to be hiccups, and you just got to do your best to work through them. quick and easy sound check, and then it was on to showtime. Overall, the snare was a complete success. Having performed well under a rigorous beatdown, it held up, as well as exchanging contact information with a few other drummers that were there in hopes to build something for them as well in the future. The only major issue was a lug coming loose, but that will be fixed next time by using lug locks like so. I also want to try some head combinations out to see what sounds best. Kevin has a very consistent striking pattern, and I'm going to need a good solid head for on top. So new heads along with a pair of lug locks, and I'm probably going to throw some pure sounds on here just because. Maybe try out a set of some blasters to see how they sound. But either way, I would like to say mission success on this one. So if you have the means to experiment, do as you will. Might just be able to create that new sound that you're looking for. That's it for this one. Hit those buttons for future content. More importantly, hit them drums. And until next time, drums, drums, drums.